2025 is going to be a huge year for real estate in Alberta. If you're looking to buy or sell, stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss this info.
Here we go. If you're doing what everyone else is doing, you're doing it wrong.
Okay guys, so 2025 is going to be a unique year in my opinion. What we saw in 2024 was a massive spike in prices. 2023, they dropped down a little bit because 2021, they were sky high. So we went up, down, up, which kind of balanced out there. But now we're continuing to go up. So what we had to work with last year was a little bit of extra inventory going into the year. But what we have to work with this year is not the same case. We are going in with a shortage of inventory. So last year we saw prices come up 11% year over year from January to January. So that means our prices, if you were looking at a $500,000 home now, that home will be $555,000. If you were looking at a $500,000 home last year in January, then the year before it was around $450,000. So we've had these steady increases, but now we're going in with a shortage of inventory. And what that means is prices are probably going to go up. I mean, I'd say at least another 10% again. So if you're starting to shop right now, that's good, because I think by the end of the spring, we will have seen our largest increase of the year. It kind of happens right in that time. It'll still go up a little bit more by the end of the year, but shopping now is good. If you're shopping right now, you're ahead of the curve, because in March, it's going to explode. So what can you expect if you're going to be shopping this spring? How do you prepare? Many of you are coming from out of province, and that's why you're watching this video, because you probably don't know a lot about Edmonton, or you just want to kind of get your feet in the water and figure out, what am I coming into? What is it like there? So that's what I want to share with you in this video. In BC and Ontario, your markets have been cooling off a little bit over the last year or so. What I'm finding is that people are kind of maybe expecting that same feel when they're coming here, but I want to prepare you and warn you that it is very much a seller's market here. So what we're encountering, I've spoke with several agents over the last few weeks. We are seeing many multiple offer situations. So I have a friend who had a client who's been searching for actually 3 or 4 months now for a house. They're being faced with having to get a rental because they just cannot find, well, they can find what they want, but they lose in multiple offers every time because someone outbids them, and they're at that starter home price range, which is around $450,000. So if you're on a low budget, like, it's not a low budget, that's really awesome. If you can qualify for $450,000, like, I congratulate you. But now where we're at in Edmonton is just kind of getting into the market, unless you're getting into a very much a fixer-upper. So if you're in that range, prepare to struggle a little bit, and you'll need some good guidance from an experienced realtor, because we can talk you through what's normal, what to expect in this kind of scenario, how much to offer when there's 3 offers versus 5 offers. You're going to need some good experienced guidance. So if you're popping by my channel and checking it out, I want to say welcome. If you've been following me for a while, I want to say thank you for sticking around. I'm a local realtor in the Edmonton area. I've grown up here my whole life. I know everything about Edmonton, and I've been a realtor for almost 10 years. And I'm also actually a top 5% realtor in the area. So you had to sell over $10,300,000 to be in the top 5%. Well, I exceeded that. And so what that means for you is, you know that you're working with someone who has knowledge and wisdom based on experience of years and years of helping people buy and sell. And to be a top 5% realtor, the reality is you can't do a bad job because no one will refer you or want to do repeat business with you. If you've stuck around for 10 years and you're in the top 5%, then you know what you're doing, people trust you, and you're at a point in your career where you have a track record of success. So I'm not some new realtor, which, to be honest, you're going to find quite a few of those on YouTube, because that's how they're trying to get their business going. I'm not one of those. I'm very established, and was before I started a YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is the icing on the cake. So let's dig in a little bit to this market. So coming from out of province to purchase real estate, it's going to be very hard if you have a house to sell still. Your offer will not be competitive if it's subject to the sale of a home, but then that also puts you in a very tight spot, because that means you need to sell your house first. And when you sell your house, you now have a closing date, which is a deadline that you have to work towards. So that means that if you're in a multiple offer type environment where that's what it takes to win, you just need to expect to be paying more than what the homes are asking. So if you you know that you qualify for 550 and it's likely that you're going to have to be in multiple offers to win, then you should probably be looking just above 500,000. So just prepare yourself with that. Also, if you're used to a market where you can throw in some extras plus get money off of the price, that's not this market. So if you're hoping to get a professional clean and you want to walk through before closing because you want to, confirm that it's been cleaned or whatever the reason is for a walkthrough, sometimes it's for peace of mind. And in the right market, honestly, I highly recommend it. But this is not that market where you're going to be able to throw in the professional clean, the carpet clean, new paint, a walkthrough before closing. These are things that are not customarily associated with a seller's market. The seller gets to call the shots usually, and they're looking for the best price, the least amount of terms, the least amount of conditions. And so if you're trying to write a condition that's subject to the sale of your home and financing and inspection and all these things, like you're just not going to get far with that kind of offer. Hot prices in the Edmonton area and surrounding areas would be pretty much anything up to 600,000. After that, the price point is not as busy, so to speak. So expect it to be very competitive in that, especially in the 5 to 600. Under 500, you're not getting much of a house anymore. You're looking more at, shouldn't say you're not getting much of a house. You're not getting much of a single family home. That's going to be more your duplex price range now, which is crazy to me because duplex price range used to be under 400. So that goes to show how much things and how much pricing has shifted in the last 3-4 years. So please feel free to reach out if you're moving to this area, you're looking for a realtor, or maybe you just like some advice. I'm happy to talk to you and give you some expert guidance. I have a team member as well. We are on call. If you're coming to town and you're leaving the next day and you're thinking, oh, it's kind of short notice to call a realtor, just reach out. We don't mind. One of us should be available and we'd love to talk to you, take you around to look at the homes you need to see. And we're here to make this process easy, efficient, as much as possible in this kind of market, and joyful. We want you to have fun. We want you to be excited about moving here because Alberta truly has so much opportunity. And we're excited for people that are buying now because their investments are going up continually. There was a time in my earlier part of my career when all it felt like was each year it was dropping. I think that people are really finally seeing the opportunity in Alberta, and that's a great thing for all of us. We welcome you. We want you guys to move here. You have been great for our economy, and so please feel free to reach out. We're happy to help you. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.